Welcome back. Don't get confused. This isn't a review video. I just felt like bringing this board out before I take it apart. So last night there was the Winnipeg Calgary game on. The reason I didn't review that one last night is it was being streamed online. I was already watching this one being streamed online, and there was more of an overlap. And I was like, so if it was a regular season game, 100% you guys would have got a review. The other thing I want to address is that, yes, longer videos, when they get posted to YouTube, there does seem to be a sound issue. It's only with the phone. So if you're watching on your phone, if you're watching on the YouTube app, it's basically a matter of if you refresh, it'll come back. My wife suggested maybe posting it and then having it go live later, but it already goes live so late that having it go live even later, especially for people on the East Coast, I don't think that works. So it's kind of an it is what it is situation. And it seems to be any video that's 20 minutes or longer. So that means it'll probably affect power rankings. It'll probably affect the reviews. And I think it has to do with, so YouTube made it so that, monetization was held off on certain videos, and it ticked off a lot of people who were creating videos, including myself, because I would suddenly see that a video wasn't monetized or was limited monetization. It was a mess. So what they have now is they have a system that checks the video after it goes live. My theory is that that's what affects the audio because it's checking all of the audio. So the video goes live and it publishes it before it's done. So that is something that I get asked as well. Like, hey, we're still checking your video. You sure you want to publish it? The reason that I click yes is because we've seen videos get stuck in that go between where it's gone live, but it's not done checking it. And I've had videos, especially the long reviews, where the next day it still says checking. Well, there would be no point in me posting a review video the next day. Nobody's gonna. Well, some people will watch it, but not as many. So as the regular season gets started tomorrow, I thought today's a good day to have one of these videos where I throw on the hockey guy jersey, which cost me $30 on Fans Idea. People ask me where'd you get it, and it's one of those ads that shows up on Facebook, and so I went through that and designed a very generic logo and thought, well, gold and black would look nice, and I thought they're not colors being used by any NHL team, not in this shade anyways, and I thought, good, that's something different. So it's not Bruins colors, Canucks colors, Dallas colors, right? Although I thought about getting jerseys in various colors, but I thought, nah, I'm going to just leave it as just the one. I only have the one jersey with the hockey guy, and I'm wearing my Las Vegas hat because I got it when I was in Vegas over the summer, and that was fun. So for subscribers who may have disappeared during the summer, because I know there are some that don't watch the videos during the summer, we did go to Las Vegas. We had a great time there. We were there for roughly a week. Just got back, of course, from California, where we went to 2 Rammstein concerts. And then, of course, the other night I went to a Trivium concert, which my wife and I'll be talking about in a video on the Entertainment Guy today. And then today, a couple days ago, my treadmill tried to kill me, so that was fun. And so I have to get a new treadmill, but I'll be back doing the 5 miles a day, and that's my standard day, and I'm going to have to get back into that routine of you get up in the morning, you do your news of the day video, which I do every day, and then you've got your preview video as well. I've got a brand new board for the preview board. I've changed the setup of the preview board a little bit from last year. I do like to change that from one year to the next. And the reviews are going to stay largely the same. So still shots, power plays, hits. One thing I want to mention too, and this is more for the newer subscribers, is that as soon as this game's done, I'm immediately doing the review. I don't watch the replay. I don't watch a bunch of highlight reel stuff. I go right into doing the review because, I'm reviewing what happened, who won, and what I saw. And how I viewed it and who I thought had a good game or who I thought didn't. The Canucks game last night, I talked about, some things I liked, some things I didn't. And I try to keep it as level as possible. One thing that occurred to me, too, last night was that I was watching all 3 of my teams play, and I was doing a review of the games on the board. 3 of them were teams that I cheered for. And it used to be that I would do the reviews. I would review Boston, Dallas, Vancouver games first, and then do the other games. I don't do that anymore. I do it in the same order that you see it on the NHL app. I do include the timestamps with that, and so, yeah, I go through it that way. So, what else was there? I know there were a couple other things I wanted to talk about. The ongoing debate about the boards during the day, the news of the day. I didn't relent and put it back into the news of the day. I'm going to be taking the board back out once we're into the regular season, because it won't be as necessary. And I'm also hoping to be doing videos elsewhere, not just on this set, and to be, you know, featuring different backgrounds for each video, because I've basically got this room set up where each wall has its own look and its own feel. The wall on that side opposite this one, a lot of Canuck stuff there. So if you're wondering where's all the Canuck stuff from the other house, it's on that wall. A lot of pennants on this one here, some pictures on that one, and of course some banners and pennants. And so the plan is to keep working on that, get that all straightened up. And then I've also got the rec room where I film the videos for the entertainment guy. There's also a spot in there I want to carve out for power rankings. I want to do the power rankings on that set because I want to make sure the power rankings go up as quickly after the review as possible. Meaning I post the review and I publish it, and before it's even gone live, I'm doing the power rankings in that other room. So I've got it all set up. It's going live here, and in the other room, using a different computer and a different setup, I am doing the video for the power rankings. So that's the plan, and hopefully that goes well. Because again, it's about trying to get those videos up in a timely manner, so that if you're on the East Coast, it's still going to be really late. But if it's just 20 minutes sooner that the power rankings go live, then it's 20 minutes sooner. And sometimes with Saturday night review videos, they can take a while. So I want to make sure that I'm not bogged down with that. And then, of course, there's the Sunday preview as well that I want to get done on Sunday night or Saturday night normally, because there's very often games all day on Sunday, which can be taxing. The good thing, I think, with this year's schedule is the first Sunday of the year in the regular season schedule, there's that day off. And so I'm looking forward to that. I did do the video a little while back, not very long ago, obviously, on the season preview for this channel. And obviously with the regular season officially getting started tomorrow for 2 teams and then officially getting started for everybody next week. I thought that was topical. As I said, I'm doing this video today because I'm thinking that starting tomorrow, time could become a little bit more of a difficulty for me. But I thought it was important, too, for me to just do a couple of trial runs, which is why I'm reviewing more preseason games this year than I usually do. I don't think I've done this before where I'm reviewing this much in the preseason. I mean, we didn't have a preseason for a couple of years there, so that makes a difference. But, yeah, it does feel like I'm paying more attention. And part of it is because I want to make sure that I'm ready and we're good. I do make videos for patrons and for members of the channel as well, and I made a video not too long ago saying I was very nervous about this upcoming regular season. It's the first regular season on the new set, and I really want to do well. I do get nervous. I do have concerns about, you know, upgrading the experience for the viewer as much as anything else. And so I try to make sure that is for the betterment of the channel and for people watching. So hopefully this year will still feel the same as other years. I will be trying to watch as much hockey as possible. And at the same time, I did promise myself over the last 2.5 years that when I had an opportunity to go out and do something really fun, that I would do that. As much of a curmudgeon as I can be, that I needed to go out and have a little bit more fun and relax a little bit and not obsess on watching all the hockey, which is why I'm not going to any Canucks games if there's more than 4 games on in a night. But that really is a workload thing too. So I wanted to throw that out there. I don't really talk about the memberships in Patreon very much. I know Patreon generates, I think it generates maybe 60% of what it generated for me, say 3 years ago. But I really don't talk about it very much. We do have the live streams every Monday for patrons and members, which are really kind of laid back and quiet, and they're fun. It's definitely more laid back than on the main channel, although the main channel ones are fun as well. I do hope to get another main channel live stream done before the regular season gets going. And by which I mean, you know, we've got the 2 games in Europe, but then we have a couple of days in between then and when the regular season gets going for everybody else. So maybe I'll get something figured out. I know this coming Sunday there aren't any hockey games either. From a meetup standpoint, because I know this gets asked of us every now and then on Facebook and elsewhere, I think meetups are done for now because my wife and I, there are 3 kids in the house. There's a lot of activities that they take part in, and so basically almost any day of the week there's something scheduled for one of the kids, or there's other things too that Yvonne has going on that it does eat into her time. So we, in all likelihood, for us to be able to get a meetup together, it's dicey. Like I had talked about having one the Sunday that there's no NHL games, and it just doesn't work. So that's why I haven't posted anything yet, but I'll keep my eyes open and I'll try to figure something out because I do enjoy playing street hockey a lot. I think it's a good way to grow the community, and it's fun to see people that I haven't seen for a while, but that I've known now for 3 or 4 years. So that's a really enjoyable experience, and so I'm glad that we have those. One thing that was always important to me when the channel was coming up was to make sure that it was the same experience no matter how big the channel got, so that that there wouldn't be any kind of an ego with any of it. I think that it's one of those things that I've been very cognizant of, and I've really made sure that doesn't come in. It's not a thing for me really, because again I had over 40 years before I became a YouTuber to realize this is pretty privileged stuff here, being able to be a YouTuber and provide you guys with videos every day, and I'm very lucky. So I understand that, and I am very aware of how lucky I am to have this, and I have to make sure that I maintain that feeling and that sense of, that sense of good fortune, and understand that there is definitely some luck involved. There may be some skill in there. There may be something that was done at the right time that allowed this channel to explode, and now it's got over 250,000 subscribers. But to maintain what it was in the beginning, because that's what started the growth, and so I'm aware of that at all times. I'm a pretty harsh critic of myself as well, though I know there's been some debate about whether or not I am, but I absolutely am. There was a video yesterday I did like 7 takes, and it was always like, oh, I can't believe I just said that. So there are moments where I misspeak in videos, absolutely, but there are a lot of times where I just, because every video is one take, I will just say, you know what, I'm going to start this over. And by one take, it does mean when I do the Jersey videos, I pause a lot, but it's still the same take. It's still the same video. I'm not splicing together different videos that I've done. It's still the same video, just I had to pause. Sort of like in these videos, I might pause because allergies, and with the amount of smoke we've had in the air, that's been a problem, and various other reasons. But I'm very grateful, and I wanted to let you guys know that before we roll into the regular season. I have no hate for any teams this year. I'm anxious to see what happens. I've talked about that many times over. The more you watch every team, the more you watch all of the hockey, it is hard to hate. It was easy for me to hate teams until I started following all their players and going, wow, that's a really good story of charity. Oh, that's great. They just had a baby. Oh, that's, he just lost his dad. That's so sad. And with all the stories that come out of that, it's like, great. I can't hate them anymore. Now what? And so that's something that's happened all the way through, and it's definitely dulled a lot of whatever anger and hatred I might have had towards certain teams. But I know that that there's always going to be that portion of viewers that their primary focus seems to be, my team is the greatest and every other team is terrible, so they'll just talk about every other team is terrible. But at any rate, that's not me, and it's not going to be me. So thank you guys so much for your continued support. The first power rankings will be not obviously this Saturday, because no, I did see a preseason power rankings from Sportsnet today. I admire their bravery in doing a power rankings before the season start, but I will be posting a power rankings the following Saturday, which is still dicey because it's still very early in the season. But I did make a couple of small, and I mean very small, updates to my power rankings yesterday based on some of what we've seen in the preseason, based on some of the feelings I get. But again, I don't think that warrants doing a video on Saturday because we haven't played any games of consequence. So I am perfectly open to putting teams back where they were, or saying, nope, I was right to make those adjustments and move them again. But that'll be taking place the following Saturday after the season started, and then all the fun moves on from that. And then career videos become a little bit more of a challenge as well, because there's not as much time, and really the getting eyeballs onto career videos seems to peak in late June, early July, when we're coming out of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and People seem to be more nostalgic as the summer rolls along, and not so much. The good news is they all go into a playlist on career videos, so people can watch them whenever they want at their leisure. And there are a lot of career videos on this channel, so I always do enjoy doing those videos a lot. My favorite videos are usually the history videos, but this summer showed me that history videos may not end up being like, it's weird. The channel's grown and the view counts go up for a lot of videos, not for history videos. History videos still are kind of this dead zone. So I have to figure out a way to either punch it up, bring multiple topics into one video, or next summer do something completely different. So maybe do a rankings of centers, forwards, defensemen, goaltenders, and then get roasted, because that's what happens. Anyways, there you go. Thank you guys so much for all your support, though. I just wanted to do this video, sort of a nothing to see here type video that I do every now and then. And again, just get this out of the way before the season starts. So apologies for audio issues. This is almost getting long enough to have audio issues of its own. Hopefully not. But if it does, and I've thought about, with a long review, starting the video where I'm just mouthing the words and not actually saying it. But I've realized that's a really bad idea, because people will either turn up their audio and then get blasted when I start talking, or there'll be a lot of no audio, the audio's not right on this, and just, no. So anyways, thank you guys so much for understanding. I do check the audio in every single video before I upload. I will check this one as well, because I check all of them. But thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. Hit like and subscribe, and the pick'ems on our Discord, which is linked in the description of every video, that's live now. So if you want to go in and go ahead and pick who you think is going to win games, you can pre-pick, and good luck with that. So on that note, thanks again for all your support. I hope everybody had a great summer, and I'm looking forward to a fantastic fall. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. I will talk to you again soon.